So actually, I'm not a native speaker, and if I have any question, you have to help me. All right. So first of all, I'll say about today's outline. So I will have a brief introduction of airlines in Taiwan, just in case one day you come back to Taiwan or travel in Taiwan, and then there's a passenger besides you ask, "What's that airline?" And then you say, "I have no idea." Right, Taiwanese? Okay. And then second of all, about American customer and Taiwanese customer, because I was a flight attendant but actually I worked for Japanese airlines. But today I'm here, so I have to make some connection about Taiwanese and American. And the third part, well, I'll share some of my experience, what I learned while I was working before. So, Taiwanese Airlines, the two biggest will be which one?
China.
Yeah, China Airlines. But EVA, yeah, actually, that two are the biggest. So, and you might heard of Mandarin Airlines, but no. All right. So Mandarin Airline actually is a branch of China Airlines, and then they wear the same uniforms. But the difference are China Airlines is an international airline, so Mandarin Airlines it's a domestic airline. And then these two are the same. EVA Airline fly all over the world, and Uni Airways, Uni Airways, it's a domestic one. And then there's a third one, but it's not that big. It's a Trans-Asia Airways, Fuxing. So can you guys speak in Chinese, Mandarin?
Yeah. No, you can talk to us in Chinese.
Yeah, oh no, I
Most of
just,
us don't.
yeah, so the first one is 中华航空, and then we usually have just a short name. Is that? Yeah, 华航. So then, next time when you're reading in the newspaper in Taiwan, you will say, "Oh, 华航," that means 中华航空, and then it's China Airlines. And then 华信, 长荣, and 丽荣, Fuxing. And this airways is actually famous for the other company, which anyone have ideas? It's about shipping, the 海运, which is like ship many stuff in the ocean.
Like the cargo.
Yeah, cargo, yeah, EVA. So you might see this. Yeah, and then you can recognize, oh, that is from Taiwan.
Question.
So, oh yeah.
How has the popularity of a lot of domestic airlines changed, especially with like the high-speed trains and a lot of the transportation around Taiwan?
You mean?
Has it become less popular or less used
Yeah.
over the years because
It
of
is.
Okay.
But they are still exist because we have the other small island, which called Jinmen.
Okay.
So people, if they want to go to south or meet Taiwan, they will choose the high speed, right? 高铁. But if they are going to probably East Taiwan and the other island, which is not in Taiwan, they will choose to fly airline. So don't worry, they will still. Yeah. But yeah. So next, I'll show you the. Is anyone know the logo of China Airlines? Yeah, a flower. What flower? Plum flower, 梅花. And actually, that is our national flower. And then, do you have any idea what uniform they have? No, that is EVA.
Come on.
This one. This one is a new uniform. Before they have the uniform, which is this color and this purple. So, but last year they changed to this new one. Yeah. So then next time if you're in the airport and then you see, wow, that's China Airlines crew. And then you can memorize the others. In the airline industry, they always want to join airline alliance, and China Airlines is a member of SkyTeam. So
Is that Delta?
Delta SkyTeam as well, and United Airlines is a Star Alliance. Yeah, and then this one is the second one. Is EVA Airways. So that flight attendant wears this one. Yeah. And they have a cute nickname, which is they like a post officer.
Yes.
Because a post officer in Taiwan wears like this. So there's a story about EVA Airways. Is that the founder, who called Zhang Rongfa, he preferred his employee more traditional, and so you can see their style is really like, is here, and then their dress is to here. And then the China Airline, they are more, well, I cannot see they wear less, but well, they are more not that traditional. Yeah.
It looks like they don't have, well, China Airlines, they don't have the stripes. Don't they have to have those to like designate the status? Because it seems like the uniform in China Airlines doesn't have.
What do you mean stripe?
Don't the pilots have like those golden stripes?
Oh, that is not that is not
Oh,
pilot.
okay.
That is a cabin crew. That is a flight
gotcha.
attendant. Yeah. And you see this one. If you want to see the pilot is, well, co-pilot or pilot or not, you can check that. So if it's 3, then it's pilot. If it's only 2, it's co-pilot, and 1 probably training or something. Okay. So that is a member. They are a member of Star Airlines, and it's founded later. And then they're famous for their Hello Kitty airplane. So if you are a fan, or if one day you have children and they are Hello Kitty fan, then you can bring them to fly Hello Kitty airplane, which is only the route from Japan, Taiwan. And then you can see your lunch or your what's that? Pillow? Not pillow. It's like yeah, but everything is Hello Kitty. Even you go to the toilet, and then the toilet tissue, toilet paper is Hello Kitty. All right, the third one is TransAsia. So just look at this, which And then so about American customer and Taiwanese customer, we all know about American customer, right? But what do you think about Taiwanese customer? I mean, in the service industry, like.
Like demanding customers?
No, like, what do you think their personality or their, yeah, like, do you have
Nice.
any impressions?
Loud?
Wait, yeah, loud, but not loud as Chinese. Yeah. I think, well, I think it's really interesting because I work in a Japanese airline, and then my customer, Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese, American. Let's say the first three country. Chinese, they are loudest. Taiwanese, middle, and Japanese, silent. And so is there any Japanese here? No. Chinese here? No. Okay. Then I'm safe, right?
We're all modern.
And I just want to say about if one day you're going to serve in Taiwan, or you're going to work in a service industry, and you have a Taiwanese customer, then you have to remember that we think that customers are always right. So that is different from US, because US, I think they are equal position, right? Like, and people give the waitress or some waiter tips, but in Taiwan, the service industry, the waitress, they don't have tips, but they have to serve customer like king or queen. So just have to remember this sentence. Not many, because I think the customer still depends on personality, but general, you still have to be careful that Taiwanese customers, they value the quality of service. So there's a really famous food industry which called Wangping 集团. It's a really, really big food chain industry. And then actually their food, the quality is not that good, honestly. But their service the quality are good. And they have an SOP, which is like when customer complain, and then they will have a really quick and really good response. Then the customer will feel like, oh, I will come to this restaurant again. And then like, so this is one of the example. So if one day you are having a mind, or you want to open a restaurant, or invest the restaurant in Taiwan, don't forget about service. Yeah. And then last part is about what I learned about the sky. So the first one I will share with you is there are many open doors. When I say this is because I actually interviewed many airlines before, including China Airlines, Eva Airlines, and Singapore Airlines, and what else? Many. Qatar Airlines. And then I fell. Like, I fell. So actually, when I was in the university, I really want to be a flight attendant because I want to use a free ticket to travel around the world. And then I majored in hotel management. So then the salary compared to hotel, so the airline salary are higher. So then I just want to remind you, like, after you graduate, you might have some hard time. I mean, no matter like looking for a job or your relationship or any kind of problems, but you have to remember, like, there are many open doors waiting for you. So then don't give up. So actually I almost gave up, but I have a very good teacher who encouraged me to try again. And then I got a mission, offer from the ANA, which was my company. And then I think God will prepare the most suitable stuff for you. So yeah, remember this one. And then the second one is don't let others' negative mood affect you. I think no matter your teacher or your student, any kind of job, you will have some people have a bad day, just shout at you, or just, that is really common. But you have to practice your EQ, which is like listen from this year and then just let it go from this year, because that is not your fault, and you cannot let the other's fault to affect you, and then let you to make another fault to the other people, right? So it's really easy to not, like, I know, but when the situation really coming, you have to think about this immediately. Say, oh, okay, that is his problem, that is her problem. So just calm down like that. And because in an airplane, I always have a very unhappy passenger. So I practice a lot because I don't want to affect by them. Otherwise, I will be unhappy every day. So then I have my SOP. I will be like, they will probably shout at me or something, and then first of all, I will think that they had a bad day, and then I will feel better, and then I will say they probably had a really, really bad day. And then I will feel like, okay, I'm more confident. I'm no more, confident. Yeah, comfortable. So you have to create your own SOP to face this kind of people. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a flight attendant, did you guys take any training on how to deal with customers who are not, I guess, the happiest, and what kind of training was that?
In my company, we actually don't have that kind of training. But in my company, because it's a Japanese style, so they still think that customers are always right. But in America or European or like Hong Kongese airline, Cathay Pacific, they're like employee are their treasure, so they will protect their employee. So it really depends. If you're lucky, your boss wants to protect. Yeah.
How many years did you work with ANA, and are you still working there now?
No, I worked there 2.5 years to 3 years, and then last year I got married, so I moved here. I quit my job and moved here. Yeah. All right, and then third one is I want to remind you that we always have to be humble, but don't lose the confidence, right? The grammar is right? All right, okay. So be humble is really well, I think it's a really useful attitude, and I know you guys are really good. I mean, no matter the language skill or like your degree or something, but actually when you graduated and then you're going to work, I cannot say like big. I'll say this way. I'll say like be humble and then you will. I mean like. I was like, okay, start over. So just remember to be humble, but don't lose the confidence. I mean, you can have a confidence, but inside, you have to be humble. I mean, like your senior or your coworkers give you the advice, you still have to listen it because they work there longer. Or sometimes they can give you the advice and then you can skip the difficulties, which you have to find it yourself. So that's it. And then this, I think it's a last one, is a good attitude in work will change your life. So first of all, about this, I will say about my experience. When I first came to the airline in Japan, I was really, I really don't like Japanese because they are talking indirectly. Like, I want to ask what's your name, but then they will just like tell you a story and then no point. So I really don't like that, and not because of this point. So, and I have some stereotype from my childhood. I just feel like they are hentai. But
Perverted.
I found that I cannot have this kind of thinking because I'm already in this company. So then I changed my thinking. I turned into like I remove. There's the verse in Bible say you have to reverse your what's that stick or something. 刺 what's that? 就是 probably I don't know something inside. You have to remove it and then you can see clearly.
Oh, splinter.
Splinter, yeah. You have to remove your splinter. Like you cannot bring your stereotype when you work with the people. So then after I changed my thinking, and then I met a lot of Japanese friends. They're my coworkers, and some of them they are my passengers, and I got a lot from them, and then I feel so. Which is really boring, and then my coworkers complain that to me as well, and then I say I cannot doing this anymore because every day I wanted to quit because I think there's no future. I just keep doing the same stuff. So and then again I change my mind. I say what can I do in the flight which the other people cannot do it. So then I got an idea. I say every time before the briefing, and then I say, okay, today in this flight, I'm going to at least meet one passenger, and then I'm going to get my networking. So then I ever since that day, I know many of the passenger. I chat with them. I got their life experience, and then some of them when we talk, and then I feel like we have a same tone or same style, and then we became a friend. So many of them, they are the manager in a famous company or CEO, not CEO, like very high position. And then, so I share this to my coworker, and they thought this is kind of crazy, but well, I just said this is our strength. I mean, what kind of people? I mean, they can meet the new friend in every work, right? So the point I want to share is that if you feel difficult at some routine or in your class or something, you have to change your thinking about like what am I going to get in the long term. Like I'm not just doing the flight attendant duty. I am flying because I am going to get a very big network. so like you will say like this math is really boring, right? But then you'll say like if you change your thinking, then you will think I'm going to study this because this is a basic, and then everything that I across this step, and then I can become like in the future I can get whatever I want to be, and then it's just a step, right? So yeah.
Can I ask what routes did you fly with Anna? Was it mostly Taipei to Tokyo or longer routes to Hawaii?
Actually,
or
I based in Taipei. I live in Taipei, but then most routes are Taipei to Japan, and then Japan to America. So actually, that's interesting because I've never, I mean like before I never lived here, but I fly here like the big city, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, and New York. I fly all the big city here, so I'm really familiar with I mean America. So yeah. Yes.
I think language-wise, did they expect you to know like Japanese or English kind of before you started the position, or was that something you kind of picked up along the way or developed along the way?
You mean I know Japanese before?
Yeah, because I mean, you work for a Japanese airline, right? Like, did they?
It really depends because my company didn't ask me to know any of Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And then they train me. They send me the free Rosetta Stone app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then before I'm flying, they gave me probably 1 month Japanese class, and then I live in Japan, just learning Japanese.
Okay. So would you say you're fluent, or just you have a decent
No.
grasp of Japanese? Okay.
But I think if you have a chance to work in a company which that is not your native language, for example, like you're going to work in a German company, and then I think please try your best to learn German while you are working at that company. And because that is the time that you can have the chance to talk with Germany people. Yeah. So I'm a little bit grateful that I didn't learn Japanese that hard. So well, but you know, once you leave the company, and then actually the Japanese textbooks there, but you still don't have the
time difference of going back and forth between America and I'm guessing Japan, and how did you do that?
I think it's while you are the sleeping time, and you have to close all the curtain, and then even if it's a day, but if you have to adjust the jet lag, then you have to force yourself to sleep. So, like, so do you get my?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there times, like a lot of flight attendants, like, I feel like that was probably like a big problem, especially with the pilots. They have to wear like sleep watches, especially to make sure they sleep. Do they do like a similar thing? With
Pilots are different from our
Yeah.
system, I think, because like probably we can stay in one city for 2 days or something, and they are like
And they have to go.
Yeah. So, well, this is my coworker. They are Japanese, and this is chief purser and first class purser. So actually, in an airplane, there's a biggest leader called chief purser. So then when every time there's an emergency or something, and then captain, they will call directly to chief purser, and then chief purser, they will make a call, and then every stop in the airplane, we will get a call from chief purser. So that one, and then first class, there's a purser, business class, there's a purser, and economy, there's a purser as well. And this is like a galley. So this is me. We're usually eating in a CAC, and then we will close a curtain, or sometimes we will pull this to as our chair, like that. Yeah. So if you have any question about airline industry, or if you're interested in doing working in airline industry, you can email me, because I have some people work, passenger I know working there. Yeah. So thank you for your listening.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions before we wrap up today's lecture?
Do flight attendants do they get to sleep on the plane, or they
Yeah.
wait the whole time? Oh, you do get to sleep?
No, it's like if it's a short flight, like Taipei to Japan, or Taipei to it's like 3 hour or 4 hour, then we don't have to sleep. But if it's a long hour, like Taipei to LA, Japan to LA, 7 hours, 8 hour, we will take turn to take rest. And then the bed is in a secret place. Yeah, so next time when you take the airplane, you can go to the back, and you will see there's a door, but it's not to the toilet. And then it say like only crew or like prohibited, like that. So then we will press the password, and then we can, climb the very crowded stairs. And then there's like a really, the short cabin, and which we can lie down and then fasten our seatbelt.
Go ahead.
Do all the planes have it, or certain size, 767, 777, 787?
Yeah, and
All those?
all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could share any fun stories when you're a flight attendant. Just any crazy stories that you've encountered?
Yeah, there is one. I got a message from a passenger, and he's really funny because it's really common that we will get a message from the passenger. But this guy, he write, because he's a Japanese, he said, if you have any emergency, things happen in Japan, call me. Are you police or something? That's funny. Yeah, and then fun stuff. approach him because they don't want to say you cannot drink, but then show by him. So then the Japanese crew they say dim sum. It's because I'm dim sum, and then they say, could you please tell him like not to, because I'm the youngest. So then I talk a lot with this guy. Do you have any idea? Alright, so I say like,
So did you say in Japanese or English?
I say both.
Oh.
But actually I just say few sentences, so not that much Japanese. I just tell that passenger. I say like, okapsama, which means a really polite way to say passenger. I say, you are really a sake king, man. And then he was so surprised. He looked at me, and he's a little bit drunk, and he says, am I? And then I say, so do you want to change to another drink? I mean, I can do the other special drink for you. How do you think about that? And then he said, of course. So then we do the other drink, which is like lemonade plus a little bit gin. Then we can reduce a lot of alcohol because sake is like a whole bottle. Yeah. So.
Business class, economy, or?
It's between economy and business.
Oh, premium.
Yeah, premium. So, any question?
So I heard a long time ago that the president of Taiwan typically would ride on Eva Air. Is that right? Or is it Eva Air or Eva?
President?
Yeah, the president of Taiwan. I mean that was kind of like the sponsored
President
airline.
Ma.
Actually, this was a long time ago, so I don't remember who
Maybe
it
the
was. Maybe
ex-president?
maybe. Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but it's interesting that actually China Airline, they're kind of half sponsored by the government. And the EVA Airways, they're like from the people like made by the civil airline, like that. So then the Minjindang, the Green Party, they are really happy about that because China Airlines is controlled by Kuomintang before, so probably the rumor.
I see. Yeah.
Who's the most famous person you saw while serving there? Any presidents?
No, of course they will take
Celebrities?
Taiwanese airline. But my, I would say, Jin Chengwu.
Who's that?
Wait, really?
Yeah, because it is interesting that Jin Chengwu is he advised in EVA Airways. When you go to Taiwanese airport, there is a very big Jin Chengwu, and it's say EVA Airways. Like,
But he flies Anna.
yeah, but actually he always flies Anna because he didn't want the people to follow him or something. And then it is true that some famous people or singer, they will send the information that I will take the plane this Wednesday, but actually they're going to take the plane like Thursday or Tuesday. They're sending the wrong message to prepare.